guys, what a blessing it is to be here with you guys. Let me tell you a few of the things that I'm feeling this morning. First and foremost, I'm feeling immense gratitude for the ability to be here, that these two court cases are being heard this morning, hopefully for a favorable ruling sometime in June, potentially July. But honestly, I'm feeling pretty irritated, frustrated that we have to be here, as women, as middle schoolers, as high schoolers, as parents, as grandparents, defending common sense, defending biological reality, defending the truth, defending the opportunities for young girls to continue to hope and dream and achieve and succeed. When I first started to use my voice, gosh, flashback to 2022, a totally different political, cultural, social climate than the one that we're living in now. Honestly, I felt alone. I was naive to the fight, new, right? It took me being personally and negatively and directly impacted in the way that I was before I understood what was at stake. And I remember feeling so alone. But standing here with you all today, and now understanding that there were women fighting far before I was ever involved, I don't feel alone. I feel the camaraderie, the sense of being on a team. That's what this is. When you link arms with those who are younger than you, older than you, it doesn't matter if you're black, it doesn't matter if you're white, it doesn't matter if you're gay or if you're straight, we're here to defend common sense. I've testified in legislative bodies all across the country, at the local level, state level, in this Capitol building behind us many, many times. And let me tell you what I've heard from the other side. They love to hide behind words like compassion and empathy and inclusion. But hear me when I say what they're doing, it's not compassionate. It's not compassionate to anyone. It's not compassionate to ask a young girl to strip down naked in front of a man, while he simultaneously undresses, watches the young girls undress. They've been stripped of their rights and ability to consent, and they frame this as something to be proud of, to be celebrated. The man stripping down naked in front of your daughters, he's brave, and if your daughters even dare oppose it, they're the ones who are reprimanded. I've sat in legislative bodies where we're told, look, this is just a solution in search of a problem. It's not really happening here. You know, it's just middle school girls basketball. Who really cares? They love to use the word progressive, indicating that this is a movement taking us in the positive forward direction. It is not. It is deeply regressive. It is utterly misogynistic. It's taking us back in time at least half a century. It is not moving us forward by any metric. Here's what I have to say this morning. Understand that the cases that are being heard, it's not to decide if states must protect us as women, if we must have rights to equal opportunity, to privacy, and to safety. That's not what it is. It's if states even can. It's the bare minimum that we're fighting for. We're demanding here today that the Supreme Court rules in favor of reality, of common sense, and of truth. Even with a favorable ruling, I will tell you it's not enough. We must fight for the states to continue to act. 27 states at this point have passed some sort of fairness in women's sports bill. We must call on our members of Congress to introduce legislation to codify President Trump's executive order that he signed earlier last year. All of those things are crucial in the fight. When an institution such as the NCAA, such as the Democratic Party, the former administration, when they harm women, when they harm children, and when accountability is due to be had, again, it's not enough. We need these institutions to pay for what they've done. They've harmed people, real people. They've betrayed people, the very women, the very children who they were entrusted to protect. They put in direct harm's way to face potential threats and potential danger. It's amazing to me, standing here looking at the Capitol building, that we have an entire political party, not in terms, I hate to make it partisan, Because in reality, it's not a partisan issue. This is something that I believe 95% of common sense every day, well, 100% of common sense people can agree upon. But when you look at elected representation and certainly how legacy media portrays this issue, you would think it's one that is divided entirely on party lines. Amazing to me. There was 130 congressional Democrats who signed on a brief in support of the male athletes in the case. Here's what I have to say to those people, to our elected leaders. If you cannot confidently and emphatically say you know what a woman is, then why would we believe a single word out of your mouth on any topic? You lose all credibility. You lose all credibility on every single topic if you cannot confidently and emphatically say the very real and simple truth that there are two sexes and that you can't change your sex and that each sex is deserving of equal opportunity, of privacy, and of safety. Now, my world has been flipped upside down in the best way possible just about 3 months ago at this point, when my husband and I, we welcomed our little baby girl into this world. I hope one day, when she's old enough, she will look back on these videos, on the fight that I've been fighting, collectively that we have been fighting the past few years, many of you much longer than that even, and recognize that we're fighting for her. We're fighting for her to be able to call herself a champion. She's here today with me in tote, which it's quite the wild thing when you have to dress your baby in a bulletproof vest. Your 3-month-old baby in a bulletproof vest, but nonetheless, her being here, it's symbolic of what we are fighting for. We're fighting for a fair and safe and just and righteous country and world that she will inherit. So on behalf of her, I say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for using your voice when it's scary. It's hard to say the things that we've been saying. And so just very grateful for you all. And again, excited for today and a favorable outcome that I believe is soon to come. You will hear from a lineup of speakers today. Women who have been impacted, policymakers, lawmakers, those with the legal mind to explain why we're here, some of ADF's clients. The next woman who's up today, she's become a friend of mine. She was an athlete in college. She was at a college in the state of California, which shocker, right? This is happening in the state of California. She played volleyball at San Jose State University. Her university lied to her. As a male athlete, was allowed to take an opportunity, take a scholarship, stay with them on overnight trips, room with them in hotels, in their dorm rooms, in housing, following their time in the dorms. She was betrayed by an institution who she should have been able to trust, who should have her best interests at heart, and her using her voice to testify in legislative bodies across the country is an inspiration to me, and it should be to all of you as well. And so would love to welcome to the stage Brooke Slusser.